The room grew cold, the lanterns flickered. A dark figure appeared, tall, shadowy. Its eyes glowed like burning embers. The forest spirit. "I know what you have learned," it said. Its voice echoed like distant thunder. "You cannot stop what has already begun." Ada wanted to run, but she stood her ground. "You have trapped innocent people for 100 years. The spirit laughed. "They trapped themselves through greed." The shadows around the room twisted violently. "You are no different." The spirit showed her a vision, a large house, wealth, comfort, a healthy mother, everything she had ever wanted. "Choose," the spirit whispered, "your dreams or their freedom."
Long ago, in a village surrounded by rolling hills and dense forests, lived a young woman named Ada. Ada was known for her kindness and courage. She lived alone with her elderly mother and earned a living by gathering herbs from the forest and selling them in nearby villages. Although life was difficult, Ada never complained. People admired her because she always helped others, even when she had little for herself. One afternoon, Ada traveled farther than usual in search of rare healing plants. The sky was bright when she left, but deep in the forest, the weather changed suddenly. Dark clouds gathered overhead. The wind began to howl. The trees swayed violently. Thunder shook the earth. Ada looked up nervously. A storm was coming, and it was coming fast. She quickly packed her basket and began the long journey home. But before she could leave the forest, rain poured from the sky. Within minutes, the narrow paths became rivers of mud. Lightning flashed across the heavens. Thunder exploded above her head. Ada ran. She needed shelter. Then, through the curtain of rain, she saw something strange, a tall gate. She stopped. Her heart pounded. She had traveled this forest many times, yet she had never seen the gate before. It stood between two enormous trees. Ancient symbols covered its wooden surface. The gate seemed older than the forest itself. Another bolt of lightning illuminated the sky. Ada had no choice. She pushed the gate open. Slowly. Creak. The sound echoed through the storm. Beyond the gate stood a large compound. Several clay houses surrounded a beautiful courtyard. Flowers bloomed despite the heavy rain. Lanterns glowed softly beneath covered walkways. The place looked abandoned, yet somehow alive. Ada stepped inside. The moment she crossed the gate, something strange happened. The storm vanished. No rain, no thunder, no wind. Only silence. Ada turned around. The gate had disappeared. Her stomach tightened. Fear crept into her heart. "Hello," she called. No answer. "Is anyone here?" Still nothing. Then she heard footsteps, slow, steady, approaching from the shadows. An old woman emerged. She wore white robes. Her silver hair reached her waist. Her eyes seemed to hold centuries of memories. The woman smiled. "We have been expecting you." Ada froze. "Expecting me?" The woman nodded. "You arrived exactly when you were meant to." A chill ran down Ada's spine. "What place is this?" The old woman studied her carefully. Then she said, "This is the hidden compound. No traveler finds it by accident." Ada's fear deepened. "I only came because of the storm." The old woman smiled again. "That is what they all say." Before Ada could ask more questions, several villagers appeared. Men, women, children, all dressed in white, all smiling. Yet something felt wrong. Their smiles never reached their eyes. The old woman invited Ada to stay for the night. "You may leave in the morning." Relieved, Ada accepted. That evening, the villagers prepared a feast. The tables overflowed with food, fresh fruits, roasted meat, sweet drinks. Yet Ada noticed something strange.
No one ate. They simply watched her, smiling, waiting. Her appetite disappeared. Later, she was shown to a beautiful room. The bed was soft. The room was warm. Yet sleep refused to come. Near midnight, Ada heard whispers outside, soft voices, many voices. She carefully opened the window. What she saw made her blood run cold. The villagers stood in the courtyard, all of them, perfectly still, facing the sky, whispering words she could not understand. Then, one by one, they turned toward her window, as if they knew she was watching. Ada quickly stepped back. Her hands trembled. Something was terribly wrong. The next morning, she planned to leave immediately. But when she searched for the gate, she found only a stone wall. The entrance was gone. She searched the entire compound. Nothing. No exit. Panic filled her chest. The old woman appeared beside her. "You cannot leave yet." "Why not?" Ada demanded. "The compound is waiting." "Waiting for what?" The old woman's smile faded. "For the truth." Before Ada could respond, a loud horn echoed through the compound. The villagers gathered in the courtyard. The old woman led Ada to a massive stone at the center. Ancient symbols covered its surface. The stone suddenly began to glow. A voice emerged, deep, ancient, powerful. "Another seeker has arrived." The villagers knelt immediately. Ada stepped back in terror. The voice continued. "For 100 years, this compound has been trapped between worlds." Images appeared above the stone. A village, a drought, a desperate king, and a terrible bargain. Long ago, the king had begged a powerful forest spirit for prosperity. The spirit granted his wish. The land became fertile. The people became wealthy. But there was a price. Every 100 years, the spirit demanded a human soul to keep the bargain alive. The villagers had hidden inside the compound ever since, neither alive nor dead, waiting, always waiting. Ada finally understood. The villagers were trapped, and now the spirit wanted her. That night, fear consumed her. She searched desperately for a way to escape. While exploring an abandoned house, she discovered an ancient journal. It belonged to the king himself. Inside, she found a secret. The spirit had lied. The bargain could be broken, but only by someone willing to sacrifice their greatest desire. Ada's greatest desire was simple. She wanted enough wealth to care for her aging mother forever. The journal warned, "The spirit feeds on selfishness. Only selflessness can destroy its power." Suddenly, the room grew cold. The lanterns flickered. A dark figure appeared, tall, shadowy. Its eyes glowed like burning embers. The forest spirit. "I know what you have learned," it said. Its voice echoed like distant thunder. "You cannot stop what has already begun." Ada wanted to run, but she stood her ground. "You have trapped innocent people for 100 years. The spirit laughed. "They trapped themselves through greed." The shadows around the room twisted violently. "You are no different." The spirit showed her a vision, a large house, wealth, comfort, a healthy mother, everything she had ever wanted. "Choose," the spirit whispered, "your dreams or their freedom." Ada's tears filled her eyes. The temptation was overwhelming. She thought of her mother, their struggles, their hardships. For a moment, she nearly accepted. Then she remembered every kind act her mother had taught her. True wealth was not gold. It was the good we leave behind. Ada closed her eyes. Then she spoke. "I choose their freedom." The vision shattered instantly. The spirit screamed. The entire compound shook violently. Ancient symbols blazed with golden light. The villagers rushed into the courtyard. The spirit rose into the sky. Dark clouds formed overhead. Lightning struck the sacred stone. Cracks spread across its surface. The spirit's power began to weaken. "No!" it roared. "You cannot break the bargain!" But the bargain was already breaking, because for the first time in 100 years, someone had chosen others above themselves. The stone exploded into thousands of glowing fragments. A wave of golden light swept across the compound. The villagers collapsed, then slowly stood. Their white robes transformed into ordinary clothing. The emptiness in their eyes vanished. Many began to cry. Others laughed. The curse was gone. The spirit dissolved into the wind, never to return. As dawn arrived, the compound itself began to disappear. The walls faded. The houses vanished. The ancient magic was ending. Ada approached the old woman. For the first time, her smile felt genuine. "You have freed us." Tears filled her eyes. For a century, we waited for someone brave enough to choose selflessness. She handed Ada a small wooden box. "Take this." Inside were rare seeds, seeds from a magical plant long thought extinct. They will bring healing wherever they grow. Moments later, the entire compound vanished. Ada found herself standing at the edge of the forest. The storm was gone. Sunlight filled the sky. At home, she planted the seeds. The plants grew quickly. Their healing properties became famous throughout the region. People traveled from distant lands seeking medicine. Over time, Ada earned enough to care for her mother and help many others. but she never forgot the hidden compound. And whenever people asked how she became successful, she always answered, "The greatest rewards come when we stop thinking only about ourselves." And so the story was passed from generation to generation, a reminder that kindness, sacrifice, and selflessness possess a power greater than any magic. Moral lesson: selfish desires may offer temporary rewards, but true greatness comes from choosing the good of others, even when it costs you something precious. What moral lessons did you learn? Put it in the comment below, and if you enjoyed this African folktales, subscribe for more stories filled with wisdom, mystery, and powerful wisdom from Africa.